Hello everybody, I'm Dave here with the Hammer Game Channel. Welcome back to HOI4 A to Z Kaiserredux Edition, where today we're playing as the Dutch East Indies. Now, the Dutch East Indies is going to be interesting today because obviously one of three things is going to happen. One, we're going to stay as the Dutch East Indies and we're not going to be defeated in the independence war that Indonesia is obviously going to fight against us. That's obviously the second option. We become Indonesia and we break free from the Dutch. Or option number three, depending on what happens to the Netherlands, they might be exiled to our nation, and then at that point our goal as the Dutch, like the Netherlands in exile, I can't remember what they're called, we will then be playing as them, trying to fight and retake our homeland, depending on who takes it over, whether that be the Germans, or the syndicalists, or I guess even the Entente. Who knows what could possibly happen, but those are the three options. Now, I'm not going to have it set so that we're going to definitely do one of those options. I'm going to leave it completely up to the game here to decide on what we're actually going to do. So here we are, the Dutch East Indies, obviously. We do have a wonderful amount of rubber. In fact, we have an absolutely insane amount. We're just trading an absolute ton of it. We are currently ruled by Bonifacius de Jong, if I have pronounced that correctly. We have three national spirits. We have colonial government, which is absolutely horrific and is absolutely ruining our recruitable population factor. We have the independence movement unity, which is low, and the independence movement strength very low. So I guess there's probably going to be decisions and events that are going to cause these two things to change over time. As for our focus tree, we have this currently. We have obviously the industry part, the army part, the navy part, the air force part, the navy part, and then I guess our kind of political side of things, where we can have three different people take over from Bonifacius. And just like I suspected, there is going to be some events which, as you can see, increases the unity or strength of the independent movements. So I guess we're going to have to try and manage that to not have an independence war kickoff. The RSAP representative calls for independence. Well, that's not helping our situation either, as it's growing both the strength and unity of the independence movements. Great, independence movement unity is now at medium and the strength is now at low, so we're already doing a great job of managing those, aren't we? So Black Monday has just hit the nation, and I have to say it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. It's actually quite timid if you were to compare these effects with the effects that the European nations receive as a result of Black Monday. So I have to say we're quite fortunate in a way. Since Black Monday has arrived, we're going to go ahead and just spend a lot of time dealing with it and just trying to get to the pre-crisis levels. Okay, so the Volksraad has passed the Sutarjo petition. So the Volksraad, the largely powerless parliament of our colony, has passed a petition, which is this petition, calling for a conference to speak about the future of the Dutch East Indies, specifically in terms of promoting it to an equal status within the kingdom. We basically now have a choice for the Governor-General. Does he just immediately veto this, or does he go ahead and actually send it to the Netherlands? I think we go ahead and send it to the Netherlands and see what happens. Oh well, it's time for a new Governor-General for the nation, and we now have to wait the decision with joy. So we just found out who our new Governor-General is, and it is A.T. van Starkenborrow Well, the petition that we sent over a year ago has been rejected by the Dutch. And now we have been told here that if the Batavian conference is to occur, the Netherlands will be leading the negotiations rather than us. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, well, that's not good for our colonial masters. The Netherlands has just had a revolution, which I assume means that the Batavian commune is here. So with the downfall of the Dutch homeland, we can go ahead and either join the Entente or the Reichspakt now, or we could just go our own way. We need no allies. I think the third option is a little bit silly, especially with the Japanese Empire, being a potential threat to our whole stability. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and link up with the Germans. I trust the Germans today. I feel like they're going to put on a good show. So the cabinet in exile, we can just have it that the Queen establishes direct rule, which I am very tempted to do. In fact, I think that is exactly what we are going to do. I do not care for the social conservatives to take over here. So obviously the exiles from the Dutch homeland are starting to arrive in Batavia, and it has become clear that as they're arriving that the situation is going to become unmanageable between the exiles and the locals, with tensions obviously going to rise. We've been presented with three options on how to hopefully deal with this. The first being that when the Netherlands regains their freedom, Insulindia will also gain their freedom, so they will no longer be a puppet of the Netherlands. We could go ahead and give them equal status, or we can not give in. Now, the main thing that is really tempting me to go for the first option is it gets rid of the independence movement strength and unity national spirits, which means I don't think we'll have to worry about an uprising whatsoever, which would be fantastic. And I think we are going to take the top option because they are going to help liberate the homeland. It's not going to be just Dutch troops dying. It is also going to be Insulindian troops who are also going to be dying. So I think it's only right that we give Insulindia independence once the Netherlands is liberated once again. So let us take the top option. So with the Batavian bargain done, I think it's best that we don't go down these two routes just yet. I think we invest in the industry capabilities, because that gives us a nice, very nice national spirit for a year. We get some civvies, military factories, synthetic oil bonuses, 10,000 guns in our research slots, war support, construction speed, definitely taking that. I don't care about the conversion rate. So I think it's most beneficial for us to dive a little bit into this. Yeah, Japan's currently justifying against us. I don't know if that's because they're planning on going to war with Germany, or if they're actually just coming straight after me. Who really knows? From the looks of things, it's not us. It's not us. It's going to be the colonial ultimatum, so we will not have to join in the war straight away. Well, don't mind us, we're just invading the kingdom of Siam. This not be a little bit weird, us joining the single currency for Middle Europe? Okay, wonderful. We have secured the port. We will send the rest of our divisions over. Well, as to be expected, all hell is breaking loose and the German Empire is now in a two-front war. However, they do have a shorter border with Russia today, which they've not got a single division on. Okay, we've been able to cut them off, so that's a division. A couple of divisions actually going to perish. They do have a reasonable sized army, actually. Much bigger than ours, but they are obviously having to cover German East Asia's border because we could call them in, technically. Well, call the Germans in, who would bring them in. I like how we're picking up a few encircled divisions right now, which is obviously very handy to winning this war. Well, I think we're going to be taking these guys down because, well, yep, that's them. That's them encircled. Well, this has been a bit of an embarrassing affair for the Kingdom of Siam. They've lost 66,000 now. Yeah, we've absolutely destroyed them. We've only lost 2.4k to their 132.1k casualties. Yeah, I think we can pretty much say that this is the end of Siam. I don't think their army is going to be able to stop my troops. We are so much better than them. Well, the Kingdom of Cambodia is now here. And then obviously Siam is back. It's weird being the Dutch East Indies and having a couple of puppets now. We've become the puppet master. Right, I do think we need to get to Europe, but at this point I don't think we're quite ready. Right, well, I'm going to join the Second Weltkrieg, and first things first, I'm going to help the Swedish deal with the Third Internationale in Norway. Okay, we are in the war. I just declared war in the Commune of France, so I don't have to, you know, join the war against the Russians. I'm not interested in that right now. Yeah, I really don't think they were expecting a naval invasion of such capacity in the south of their nation, but that's what you get for not being prepared for us. Oh, wonderful. Oslo has fallen, so yeah, Norway's over halfway. And the capital now is Longyearbyen on the island of Svalbard. Fantastic. I can't wait to, you know, have to take the majority of Norway now for them to actually capitulate. Well, honestly, I feel like the Germans should just cut their losses and sign the peace deal with Russia. Well, we're kind of suffering from a lack of supply, but I really want to take Trondheim, which is the last port that is supplying the Norwegian army over here. Don't know how the Austrians have done it, but they've naval invaded and taken a port in Scotland, and the Canadians have managed to take Dundee and Aberdeen. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to let the Swedes finish that off themselves, which they should be able to manage. I think we will plot a naval invasion of Hull now. Wait, what? Birmingham is the capital of the Union of England? okay, interesting. Right, you know what, I'm literally just going to plant one division here. The rest can all go south and we will just continue to push forward against them. Yes, lay siege to Birmingham. Okay, Birmingham's going. Birmingham's gone. Wonderful. We're moving into what looks like a cut-off in Liverpool. Yeah, we definitely need to just deal with this little pocket that is causing some issues at Liverpool. Try and lay siege to London. You guys can hopefully maybe push through there as well. Yeah, I'd say ideally we really do just want to take out the Welsh. Well, okay, that is a nice pocket of divisions there. They are going nowhere except from the grave. Well, they weakened their defences in Bristol, so we've just secured that, and that's a nice wee pocket of cut-off divisions. There goes the Welsh Union. There's 6 divisions there to take down. Right, just everybody on to Portsmouth. Oh, nope, doesn't matter. They've just capitulated. Wonderful. Right, well, I think we just take a wee minute. Okay, we're not looking too shabby in terms of equipment. I think we definitely take advantage of the ridiculous amount of factories we've just gained. Obviously, at the end of the war, we are going to lose the majority of these, but for the time being, it will help bolster our army. Yeah, let's do another 8. I don't want to go too mental and cause a massive deficit of equipment. We can deal with a slight deficit. Well, I can't believe I'm about to do this, but I am about to just ask the Kingdom of France for military access, and we're just going to head out to reinforce them. Yeah, I think what we should probably do first is just help them take over Brest. That way, that flank is secured, and we also have more supply coming in. Well, I've launched a naval invasion just to give them something to worry about. Does look like they've just completely abandoned Cherbourg. What's also wonderful is, with the naval invasion the Entente's done, Marseille's actually already gone. So, yeah, the Commonwealth of France is almost capitulated. I reckon Lyon, and maybe I don't even know where else, because the nation's fallen that quickly. Drop 8% of fighting, we've lost 105k. Probably actually dealt quite a good blow to, 156k to the Commonwealth of France. Not many there. Where's the Union of England? There we go. 208k. Wonderful. Well, there we go. The war is over. That's not good. Germany's now going to be at war with the Entente. The Kingdom of Canada has just declared war on England, who is a puppet of Germany. I am not going to get involved unless France becomes a very, very bad situation, then I might have to, because I'm trying to naval invade and deal with Russia so that we can then deal with the Batavian Commune and I can actually get the Dutch home, and Insulindia is going to become free. Oh, the Germans have just invaded the Batavian Commune. Oh my days, right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and liberate the homeland. Well, we've managed to immediately assist the Germans in actually winning this war. Amsterdam is currently being sieged. Has fallen. The Hague is... Oh my days, I'm not going to be able to take any of this, am I? Oh, did Germany give us the land? Oh my days, they did. Okay, Germany. Thanks for that, I guess. You've actually done me a favour there. Well, there we go. Birthright restored. We have successfully liberated the Netherlands and re-established its rightful order. And I'm going to take the second option because obviously we get annexed. Oh, with the release Insulindia. Do we keep our army? Well, that's just now free. Insulindia is now free to do as they please. We've got Sukarno as our leader with the authoritarian democracy. We have 0 national spirits. No army whatsoever. We have 7 mills and 2 dockyards and 10 civilian factories. We do have a whole new tree where we can basically join any faction we want. Obviously a political kind of tree as well, the economy and the usual doctrine stuff. One thing I've noticed is, since we've got 0 army, the Netherlands, I think, has stolen it all. I think they've legit just taken our whole army. And we literally have 0 equipment now, which is just absolutely wonderful. So I think this is going to be the end. A very anticlimactic end, but that's going to be the end. I could do something with our focus tree, but that's like rebuilding ourselves back up again, and I don't think I can really be bothered doing that, especially since the war in Europe's probably going to end in Russian victory, because they're slowly but surely getting to Berlin. I don't think the Entente and Russia will end up at odds. There's a few wars that are probably still going to kick off in America, But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave it. So thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video, and I will see you all very soon for something else. Until then, do take care. Sure, bye. The now.